Welcome back to Grand Scheme Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for coming to join us tonight. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the Pokemon Presents. We are fixing to actually watch it and spend a little bit of time talking with you guys. Welcome in, Diddley. Hey, Diddley, real quick before we get you started, can you hear bad echoes? You got bad feedback? You might have a little bit, and I'm trying to minimize that as best I can. But can you hear it bad, or can you hear it at all? You want to say anything? No. Hannah's not thrilled with my audio setup. I'm trying here. I'm just trying something different, trying to so that way we can hear the presents without just watching it or the fact that we're short one headset. So let me know. Let me know what you guys think. How's the audio sounding? If it's coming through good and clear, or if you're getting a lot of feedback. But we're gonna go ahead and get the presents started. So thank you all for coming to hang out with us tonight. Thank you all for joining us to see the Pokemon Presents with us. I will premise and say that we have both watched it, so we both have seen it and know what's coming, but we still want to watch it again and talk with you guys about it. I told y'all I was going to watch it. Welcome in, Int. How's the audio? You guys let me know. Are you guys getting bad feedback?
I'm having a really hard time understanding things.
Understanding?
Because I'm hearing it like...
You're hearing it on both sides? Okay, well, once we start listening to Presents, it won't be so bad. And once the Presents is over with, we can mute the speaker. All right, let's get it started. You ready? What?
Where's your OBS? I can fix this.
Right here. Oh, Hannah's taking over.
I had a moment. Figured it out.
So that's the audio stuff right there.
Just yes.
I thought this was kind of Hannah's first time watching it.
Well, there's a lot I don't
but...
understand either. So like it, for all intents and purposes, it pretty much will be.
So I was thinking maybe we could cut off one of those channels there. Weird.
Okay, now it should be fine. Nope. Okay. Because it's running something different. Oh, that's why.
Be careful. There's one the YouTube audio on the bottom. That's.
I know. I got it.
Did you?
That should fix it.
Okay. Can you guys still hear us? Can you guys still hear us?
You might have some feedback when you go to do the direct. We'll have to see.
Okay.
Okay.
We're fixing this.
Yes. So I guess we should explain when we watched it this morning. So I wasn't gonna watch it. I saw Wolfglick streaming it, and I kind of became. I don't know if I'd say I'm a huge Wolfglick stan, but you're talking about the audio when you're doing.
Yeah. I was talking about. I was talking audio with like.
It's like I'm not a huge Wolfglick stan.
No,
but I thoroughly enjoy his videos and his
Diddley and I
take on things. 'Cause he's so analytical. So I watched it, but I was also at work. Like I was doing it while I was working. So there's definitely some things I missed, and there's definitely some things I don't understand that people were hyped about. So I'm still very confused on some things. So this is like round half. Like I've already done a half a watch. I could use another half a watch to actually understand.
So we're gonna help Hannah understand this a little better as we go.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's see if we've got audio through our speaker. You guys tell me if you guys hear the presents. If you guys don't, tell us and we will fix it as fast as possible. Here we go. Okay, sounds like we've got audio.
Let us know if you have some feedback.
And how bad it is, because we'll do what we can to adjust it, or we'll just have to cut out our audio side if we have to. Can you guys hear the presents or hear the audio? I really liked this part right here because this is all the generations together. This really got me excited right here. And it's every game. I don't think I can hear anything. Okay. The music just stopped, so how do we wind up with Spanish? Hang on a second.
I think that that was automatic. No audio in the video.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I think I would.
Let Hannah see if she can adjust that for you guys, because you guys need to hear. We want you guys to hear the presents. Try the YouTube audio at the bottom. That's the one that I had on. Yeah.
Okay.
Bottom.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay, well I fixed this the other night. So I mean last night.
Now
Okay.
There shouldn't be any feedback.
Today,
Okay, can you guys hear the presents?
it's Pokemon Day. This is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the
Yes.
Pokemon series.
Wait, pause it for a second.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Did y'all hear the audio there?
Yeah, if you guys can't hear the audio, let us know. We'll see if we can adjust it
Yes.
again. But y'all should be able to hear it. Not through my microphone, but just as main speaker.
Mexican Grant. We could go for that. There's audio. See?
Okay, good. Okay. All right.
He was trying to tell me how to do this, and I was like, "Sir, I literally have a degree in this field.
Well, I had it all set up last night and working.
I have
The only thing I was changing was
I have years of hands-on experience in this area, specifically in audio production.
well, I'm gonna leave it the way it is until I find that I'm not got audio in a night or two, and then or Monday, and then we'll see how this goes. All right.
Oh
so
no, we're gonna have to redo this for your other stream. Okay, do you want to start from the beginning?
okay, you guys want to start over from the beginning so that you guys can hear
Are we
everything?
gonna stop and ask questions, or are we gonna watch it all and then talk about it? Because there's some things along the way that I'm very confused on. Like I can tell it's a big deal.
We'll probably stop along the way
Okay.
then. All right, so let's start this. We're gonna start the video over again so you guys can hear the beginning. But before I hit the start on this, do you want to show off your little creation for?
Yes.
Here, let me give you
So
guys a
if
full
you-
view of this so you guys can see
If
this.
you were in the
Oops, sorry.
If you were in the Discord, welcome to my comfy Friday night clothes.
Me too.
Yeah, this is my house loungewear here.
Me
If-
too.
If
Ah,
we,
this is the truth. This is what I wear.
if my brain just went blank.
If you're in the
A
Discord,
husband instinct, I guess.
absolutely. T-shirt and a pair of pants, and I'm comfortable.
No, he's talking about put it in full screen and talk about my thing.
Oh well, you're hang on a second. You're gonna
So,
see. We got something to
if you
show
were in the
you.
Discord, you would have seen we did some celebratory food for Pokemon Day.
Yes.
I made a Pokeball pizza, which
You're
has
just
been-
gonna have to go see that if you want to
Yeah.
see it.
I'll post another picture in the Discord that's a little better because the picture has Grant. And then I saw this really cute thing, and it's the perfect time of year for this. You turn peeps. Oh, it's blowing out. You
Yeah,
turn
but-
peeps.
There you go.
Try not to
Put a finger underneath them so they
peeps
don't run
into
away.
Pikachu. They're little Pikachu.
The wild Pikachu peeps are trying to run away. We're gonna have to throw an arena trap around them, stop them, put a
So
Diglett down.
we have Pikachu peeps today.
Yep. So we're gonna be snacking on Pikachu peeps while we watch this. Okay, now let's get back to it. Now that we've got everything worked out, thank y'all for the help on the audio. Thank y'all for
Yes.
helping us square everything up. Let's actually enjoy this. And yes, we will pause along the way and help answer Hannah's questions. And there's some things I've got notes that I want to say anyways. There's things that I'm excited about that's gonna make me gotta stop and talk.
I have thoughts. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot more thoughts after this. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, so back to the start. Now, like I was saying a while ago, I really enjoyed this intro because I really like seeing all the different generation games being played at
Is
once.
this copyright of 1995 though? Wouldn't that make it 31?
No. Launch day was technically February 27th of 1996 because Pokemon was supposed to come out in November of 95, but there was an issue with printing 2 copies of the same game. So production got pushed back, and so therefore launch day actually got pushed back to February.
I'm gonna eat the ugly peep first. I goofed on one.
So much sugar.
Yeah, and then it has
There you go.
cookie icing on it, so that's sugar too.
They are good.
Oh, my hands are gonna be sticky.
Yep.
Hello, everyone.
They kind of got. Well, okay, why didn't
Listen,
they?
listen, what's that?
Today, February 27th, is Pokemon Day. This is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan,
Okay,
That makes
marking
Pokemon
the
Day.
beginning of the
Yeah,
Pokemon
I
series.
understood that.
Okay.
Why didn't they get the little the
Those
person in the
first two
suit
titles,
to go stand next to him so Pikachu
151
could be?
Pokemon made their appearance. Now, a total of one.
That's closer to accurate size based on Pokédex.
I know, but
And these
Plus, I use them to keep going. Wait, they only showed Gen 2 5,
there's
Gen 2 5 games, and there's 4.
This year marks
They may not have shown Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
a milestone reached because of your support.
They may not have shown the remakes.
Each and every one of you.
I love that they have
We
Pokemon
hope you
Concierge
all
up here.
enjoy
What's up, there you go.
seeing how Pokemon
I love Pokemon
continues to
Concierge.
evolve. In today's broadcast, we'll share
Maybe I
all
like
the
these
latest
again.
news about Pokemon.
They're good.
Please
I usually
enjoy
like
the
these.
presentation.
It's not a snack that I would, again, sit there and eat constantly. But
Like one or two
Like-
maybe full.
right now, for what we're eating Pikachu peeps, I'm perfectly fine with this.
We already have plans for more Pokemon food.
So excited.
But okay.
Let the segment play out and then we'll talk about this one, because I do want to talk about this one.
I have thoughts.
So do I. Not cheap thoughts neither.
We don't have
I'm
Mr. Masuda!
I handled the music and sound effects for the Pokemon Red version.
Does he
and
still
Pokemon
do the
Blue
music?
version video game.
No. He actually doesn't even work for Game Freak anymore. He moved over to the Pokemon Company.
Small player inspired by the
He's like
game
Chief.
We took
Chief
particular
something
care
fellow?
to
What,
make the audio sound
what's
just
his,
like
anybody
the
know his title off the
So I
top of your
enjoy
head?
listening while swapping out
It's so weird that we
cartridges.
have like Game Freak and the Pokemon Company. Did our stream freeze?
No, that's
the end of
just
the way.
us. I don't know why
Okay,
you're watching
pause.
the Spanish version. It's English speaking. I don't know why I pulled it up. I just searched it off the Pokemon channel and it's just the one that came. I don't know.
And I'm
Don't ask me.
thinking though it actually is the one they put for all of North America.
No, because this morning it was in English.
Okay.
'Cause I remember
Well, this is
glancing
the
down at it
one.
once in a
This
while.
is the one Wolf
The Spanish
IQ,
version.
yeah.
They must have just posted it in Spanish afterwards on the channel. That's pretty goofy Charizard plushie. I didn't see it. I'll have to go back and look at it.
Okay, I have questions. Like,
Okay.
because they just released the Game Boy for Lego, right?
Yes. That was
So-
strictly Nintendo, though.
But when I saw that, I'm like, oh, they're gonna expand the Lego set where you could add a Pokemon add-on.
No. I mean, that would be nice
You're
if they make those
fluent with
cartridges now.
Spanish? Okay. Well, that's good, Diddley. That's good to know.
So is Hannah.
No, I'm not.
I thought you could read it.
I can read a little bit. Poquito.
Okay, I stand corrected. She knows more than
The
me.
nature of my job, I do teach students who have Spanish as their first language.
Fair.
I'm trying. Some people don't say that in the kindest way. Anyway.
Okay, so back to the
Well,
Pokemon music
wait,
player.
I want to clarify this. So I know a little bit, but I teach young kids, so I know like
Getting another piece.
okay, I know like little kid Spanish, like hey, eat your hamburger, go to the bathroom, things like that. So don't worry. The top comment on the English stream was, "Congrats, you found the English stream because everyone was streaming it."
Yeah, that's true. That's probably true.
Okay,
For all of my
so
fish.
I was very confused. Like for me, I think it's cool, but why does this exist? Why
To
did
make people like me spend money. Because that's all it's going to do.
I know, but I'm like,
That's all it's for.
but like even like your newer Pokemon people are gonna be like, I would have like, if they would have been like, hey, buy this record, I would have bought it. But this I'm like,
This is a collector's piece to go on the shelf. That's all this is for. You're not going to carry around 45 cartridges and a little bitty music player and constantly swap them out to listen to music. That's not the point. The point is to collect this thing and put it on the shelf somewhere.
again though, why didn't we just get the Lego set?
Because Pokemon Company's trying to make their own money, not Nintendo and Lego. They don't want to split it with them if they don't have to, which I get. That makes sense.
This was one of those ones that I was like, it's not for me.
And see, for me, I was thinking, yes, I would buy that. And I want
Okay.
to. I probably won't because I did look it up and it is $70 USD. Forgive me, you'll have to translate that for your own pricing. I don't know what it is. But it's so cool. It's a hit of nostalgic for me from having played on the Game Boy, and then the fact that it's a collector's piece that plays sound like that. I would buy that and put it on my shelf. Hannah would tell me it's a waste of money.
I would like to correct my earlier statement. When I was watching this earlier, my first thought was, Grant's gonna have to buy that. Like I just
want it.
knew. I was like,
I want it. I'm not
I was
gonna
like,
lie. I
I
want
see
it.
no reason for this to exist, but it's gonna end up at my house anyway.
And I ain't gonna tell them a story. I already looked up the price.
When does it release?
Couple days.
Oh, okay.
Or-
Are you gonna get it?
And maybe pre-order from the Pokemon Center now. I don't know. I'd like to, but truth be told, in the back of my mind, I know it'd be a waste of money for me. It's really a $70 knick-knack is what it is. I don't really need it. I want it. It'd be somebody like me who would buy it, but I don't need it. Okay, so let's carry on.
Should we watch and see all the other knickknacks that are going to come to our house?
Hello, Pokemon trainers and
The rest of them aren't
Just
knickknacks.
casually with the world's trophy back there.
Pokemon Company.
Isn't that awesome?
and I'm thrilled to share news about the
Not that Chris Brown.
Pokemon World Championships, which
I'm sure plenty of people said that joke today.
Pokemon XP in San Francisco.
I had questions about this
Pokemon World Championships.
because they didn't really go over. They casually mentioned like something about at home,
from all over.
but they didn't say what was going on at home.
In the video game championship,
Oh, they were saying watching the streams, like we do.
Okay. See, but think about, I'm a person who's been to NAIC who understands a little bit about this enough to be interested, and I was confused on if the Pokemon XP thing was going to be something I could do from at home too.
Probably not.
Right, but I'm saying.
Last year's final.
It's probably going to be just strictly talking about the stream, the main series battles that we're going to watch.
Competitors and their families.
I would be surprised if there's something for XP to do at home, because that seems like that's more of a we want you to come to our event kind of thing.
Where trainers around the world
I think it's really cool
and celebrating their fandom.
that they're literally booking out a giant venue like this.
We invite all of you.
Well, this is becoming one of the world top esports at this point.
Well, but also it's like they're really committed to, this is also basically becoming like the Pokemon convention.
Hands-on workshops.
Like this is the,
and of course,
Well, I'm sure it come down to once they figured out they can make money off the merchandise and the event, that Pokemon company said, hey, and start dipping their finger in it.
well, and it's really cool too because like, had we not gone to NAIC, I wouldn't be sitting here watching this with you right now.
That's fair. That is a really cool poster right there.
Yes.
I like that.
Now wait, go back to the poster.
Okay.
In person in San Francisco.
And then wants to
From
back
the
up.
28th to the 30th of August in 2026. It says up 26.
Yeah, this year.
Really special piece of art illustrating.
Which will be the first year for the XP.
Alongside the
Okay, let's pause.
World Championships.
Alright, pause.
I was
Okay.
waiting for the words.
So, I'm curious as to which side is supposed to be the XP and which side is supposed to be the champions.
Oh, I can tell you. XP is the Space Pikachu. Champions is the Pikachu with the crown and the cloak.
Yeah.
Because that's a championship kind of thing.
Right.
So that's going to be over there. The red side is going to be your championship side, your competitive side, and then this blue side is going to be the XP side. It's going to be exploring.
I really like this artwork. I'm curious, are we going to get both of these Pikachus available from the Pokemon Center?
Oh, I can just about guarantee they're going to be plushes of those. I would be hard pressed to believe that
Like,
there's
I
not
love that
plushes
his
of both of
little
those.
helmet goes over his ears.
Hers. It's a female Pikachu.
I see that because of the tail.
Because of the tail. Yep. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you for knowing that after I said it, but I'm proud of you realizing it after I said it.
Well, I'm just.
Mhm.
I watched I guess was it an anime technically that they had out in the
Which
early
one?
2000s?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's
It
an
was
American
like a
anime,
cartoon,
but
but like, yeah. Like, I grew up, so Pikachu's always a boy to me. Like, it's just.
Well, the main Pikachu in that the Pokemon cartoon
Exactly.
animation
So Pikachu
was a male, but about Gen 3, they started differentiating male and female with different designs, and Pikachu's is actually the first generation that came out with this notch was a black heart. But then the next generation, Gen 4, they just kept the notch in the tail, so it's a half heart, and did away with the whole heart shape. So now it's just we all know that the half heart shaped tail is the female Pikachu.
I still see a little heart in there.
You can if you know it's supposed to belong there. Yeah. That'll come back to play later on in the video. We'll talk a little bit more about that
All
in a
right,
little bit.
we're gonna be here all night if we're not.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Whether you're joining us in person in San Francisco,
The incredible
or
event.
from home on our
I
live
really hope I'm doing
we
good.
can't
Reading
wait
that.
to see you this August.
Yeah, I just realized all that's written in
Thank
Spanish
you,
too.
Pokemon trainers.
Yeah, I don't know how we wound up on this one, but
That was a male Pikachu.
yes.
This I was very confused on what was going on. The Spanish is not going to help me here.
They're just showing off classic
But is
Pokemon
this-
cards.
Are they releasing a new line of Pokemon cards?
Yes, for the 30th anniversary. Now, what those cards are, I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be some of
But
these.
are
just by the
those
looks of it.
cards? Is this for the card game, or is this for?
Physical TCG? Yes.
Okay.
This is not for Pocket.
Pocket's the new one they just released, right?
Yeah, almost a year ago, give or take.
Yeah.
Pocket's the one that I collect the cards in now. Yes.
Yeah, the future is. I don't know what that word means. I'm sorry.
Future is coming.
I like it. I'm wondering if they're gonna play into that two-sided artwork with the cards. Have you noticed that they had the Mew and the Mewtwo, the two different artworks?
They may do them as a combined kind of bigger image, but they're not going to be reversible. The backside.
No, I'm saying two different sets. The future is waiting, I think. Okay.
The future's waiting. Yeah,
Wait,
I knew it was
pause for
something
a
like that.
second. What I'm
We are
saying
going to
is
be here all night.
they have the two different artworks next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
If they're doing a similar thing like the artwork for Pokemon XB versus Pokemon Champions, if with the card game they're going to do a similar thing too, of like, here's this card, the collector card from Worlds, or you know what I mean, like the two sets, like it's one big set with two different halves. Do you see what I mean? If you look at the art,
if you're talking about like
the art, is two different
each
styles.
cards go together to make a bigger picture.
No, I'm talking about like a chessboard. There's two teams, but it's all one big chessboard.
Yeah, okay.
Like that with the card set. If maybe they had like, you know, the artwork. The artwork was different because it was two different Pokemon, and they're juxtaposing them together.
What they commonly do with cards like that is they'll do the artwork to where this one has its own standalone art, this one has a standalone art, but when you put them side by side, you can kind of see a bigger picture forming. And they've done that with multiple sets. There's actually a Kanto starter evolution set. All three of the evolutions for all three of the starters. You put all 9 cards together and it makes a really big picture if you put them all side by side. But of course, naturally, they're individual cards to still be played.
Right.
So, but those are more collector cards because they're usually not very competitive.
I think I'm just saying, scroll back to that artwork. I want to point it out. Look, see?
Yeah, I could see that being
it's like two different. It's not just.
They're going to make a bigger picture when you put them together.
No, I'm talking about they look like two different color schematics entirely. And you notice what's in the background too. Well, yeah, but like
Mew's got his pink kind of shade and Mewtwo's got his purple shade. So
I don't know. To me, it just looks like they're kind of juxtaposing the same way they did with the champions in the XP.
Maybe. All right,
give us your thoughts.
We'll carry on. But yeah, see, this is the 30th anniversary celebration card set going on. As to what cards are going to be in there, I'm assuming some of those, but I don't know. Whatever you guys think. Maybe you guys think a little better.
This made me feel so old. Pokemon Go's 10th anniversary.
10 years!
I was in college when Pokemon Go came out. And I want to tell this. Want to tell this story?
You can tell it while we're playing, or do I need to pause it?
Ranger Pokemon
Well,
that have appeared in Pokemon Go so far will return.
So, no, my thoughts are mine.
Yeah, you ain't got to share them if you don't want to. That's up to you, Toast. Appreciate you coming to hang out with us. Now, the thing I don't like about this is you have to do that on the web. Sorry.
So when Pokemon Go came out 10 years ago, I was in college, right?
Okay.
And I don't want to say exactly what year I was in college, but anyway.
Well, 10 years ago, math's not hard.
No, I'm saying like, was I a freshman or a senior or like?
Oh, I don't know. You're in college.
Anyway.
Does it really matter? You're in college.
Anyway, our campus, I remember when it first came out, everybody in my department, like my major, we were all playing it. So like Friday and Saturday night, we were driving around campus trying to capture the right one. And I was not a Pokemon nerd. And so that was actually probably my first real exposure to Pokemon. Do you guys speak Spanish? Is that why the text in Spanish? No, we just clicked on the wrong stream. I know a little Spanish, just enough to know that I'm confused of what's going on. Anyway, but
I don't speak Spanish at all.
I feel so old that Pokemon Go is 10 years old. Like I remember
when I searched Pokemon Channel, it was just the first one that popped up. I can go back and take some time to find the right one, but I didn't bother. The audio was English, so it was fine by me.
Those are both male Pokemon.
Yes, male Pikachus. This I thought was kind of cool. Bring back the old school art for Pikachu and Red, and put them into Masters. Now, I'm not a Masters fan.
But... You're Mexican?
Nice. Congratulations. That's not what I meant. I don't know what I meant. That's awesome. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Piquito. I know Piquito.
My brain is on something else. Sorry, I'm stuck on the
Show Toast the Peeps.
Okay.
I love this artwork. I love this artwork. Oh. We have Pikachu Peeps. Now what is this? This is like a mobile game, right?
Yes. It is available on Switch.
That's
Cafe.
Cafe, yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations on becoming next.
I don't know. My brain was. I'm thinking presents, and you were over here talking about that,
All
and
right.
it just. I don't know.
See,
Sorry,
is that
I
a
didn't mean that in a bad
free-to-play
way. But just
is that a free to play game?
yes, my mind's just not working.
Is this not creepy?
Absolutely not. That's Mew. Mew is not creepy in any way.
I'm saying the first screenshot of the man randomly walking down the street.
No, you've
This-
seen the shadow of the Mew fly by.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Oh,
This
you missed it
makes
then.
me want to try Pokemon Sleep. The problem being, I think you have to wear your smartwatch to make it work.
Or put your phone on your pillow, under your pillow. You can get the accessory.
Maybe. Because we need to improve my sleep for sure.
I am not playing Pokemon Sleep
To
to make my
celebrate
sleep better.
Pokemon Day, Zapdos,
I would fail.
Moltres, and Articuno
I love a
will be
challenge.
Joining the fray.
Not in my sleep.
The
I'm gonna sleep how I
magnificent
sleep.
power of The 3 legendary bird
Okay.
Pokemon comes together.
So this is kind of cool considering
Into battle.
Zapdos started out as
Participate in the
a
event
center
from
character,
October
a center
licenses.
boss.
And even more
whenever it came
Pokemon
along.
are scheduled to be added. Don't miss what's
I
coming.
only know that because I played Unite for like the first like 2 months it came out, and then it lost me very quickly after that. And now I've not played Unite at all.
I'm very excited to see what this means for NAIC. Unite. You a Mexican or a Mexican toast?
You guys be nice.
Now these, are they introducing foils? Is that what they're doing?
Just introducing another set of cards.
Huh?
Just introducing another set of cards.
We can do it next. Y'all are not right.
I mean, for all fairness, one of my favorite comedians
are you
is
excited
Gabriel
about-
Iglesias.
Are you excited about this?
I mean, it's yeah, no. Wait a minute. Okay, hold up. Let's talk about this for a second. We will come back to this because this I really want to
Okay,
talk about.
this was what I was very confused about because I didn't even know what this was or that it existed, and everybody was freaking out, and I'm like,
Yes, this I am.
what if
Give
the
me a
James
second.
Bond meets Pokemon?
We will get to this part.
Am I
this
right?
I'm excited about.
James Bond meets Pokemon? Is that
No.
what this is? Okay. Well, that's the vibe I got.
No. So about the cards. Yes, I am excited to get more cards. No, I am not excited about getting more cards because I have not completed all the sets of the cards that I have. I don't pay for Pokemon Pocket. I just collect them as a free-to-play player. So I mean, it's 2 packs a day, not 3. I know 3 would help me get all the cards together faster. But I'm trying to complete every set before I move on to the next set here lately. I've completed everything in Series A. I'm working on Series B. So I don't want to move on yet.
Sunshine? When we saw the
Maybe.
GameCube controller.
Maybe. That might be Sunshine. You know, they stick stuff in weird places in Pokemon Presents, so that might be Sunshine. Having said that, this I am very excited about.
Why are you pointing in my direction?
Because that, if you look where we're
I
at,
need to-
that's
do I need to-
no. Because okay, over here, this this that we're about to watch on the channel, I am excited about because this at some point we will play. It will probably be after Fire Red, but I do want to play this
I'm very.
now. Let's watch this, and I will explain this to
It
you.
says
Afterwards.
one player at the top. Is this a multiplayer game?
No, that's just from playing it on NSO. This is not a multiplayer game.
Okay. Again.
Okay, I will explain this in just a minute.
Do you
We will
see
talk
how
about
I
this
got
in
the
just a minute.
James Bond vibes?
No. No, I don't see James Bond in this at all.
Like Secret Mission in the night.
Maybe.
So this game is 20 years old.
Hmm. I'm not gonna lie. I think I squealed just a little bit whenever this came out. When I watched this part this morning,
Goodness.
I think I actually squealed just a little bit.
What in the hair?
Oh. You just
Whatever that weird afro thing was. Like, good grief.
Mirror B.
Wait, is Teddy Ursa really that old?
Yeah, Terrios is a Gen 2
Wow.
Pokemon. Yes, Shadow
what?
Lugia. Mirror B.
What gen did Teddy Ursa come out with?
Gen 2.
Okay. Okay,
Now,
so
this.
March, right?
It's the March NSO release. They didn't say what day in March. They just said it's the
So
March NSO release.
we can well, you have to have the expansion pass
This one you have to have the expansion pass.
and a Switch too.
And a Switch 2, because GameCube was only on the Switch 2. Nice
Oh,
thing
right,
is,
right.
I've already got this controller, so it'll be easy for me to play. And of course, you can borrow
Yeah.
the controller if you decide you want to play this.
I
This-
don't think I've ever even played a GameCube game ever. I didn't have a GameCube.
I don't know what's going on with her. I can't explain her. She's broken.
Who supported you getting the GameCube controller? In fact, did I buy it for you?
No, I bought
No,
it.
I was gonna buy it.
You
for
were going to buy it for me on a
and
pizza
you
to the
bought it
punch.
before I could buy it for you for your birthday.
I bought it like day one. As soon
I
as it hit the
know.
NSO,
and
I
he
was
was like, saying, I'm not
purchased.
gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it.
I changed my mind because I now realized that I was playing a lot of the stuff for the channel. And I was like, that's perfect. I can use it for the channel. It'll be a good quote unquote tax write off per se. Not that I get to write any of this stuff off, but I had a good reason more than just me wanting it. It's useful. I don't want to brag, but I caught a shiny Lugia on Tuesday for Pokemon. Very nice. Congratulations. It's a pretty Pokemon, honestly. So, Gale of Darkness. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is technically the second GameCube Pokemon game and the second main game that can be played through as a storyline on something other than a handheld. Stadium we don't count as a playthrough because it's technically not a playthrough game. It's not a story-based game. You battle. I mean, it has a little bit of a story, but it's not. You're not going catching Pokemon playing through the main series.
Right.
So, Gale of Darkness and Coliseum was the first one. They're releasing them actually out of order, and I know a lot of people have said this already because I've been watching YouTube all day long for this stuff. Gale of Darkness is coming out backwards because Gale of Darkness is technically the second game. Coliseum was the first. And they both have they both have real stories. You have to catch Pokemon, but what you have to do
Does
is
the Coliseum story connect into Gale of Darkness?
kind of not directly. You don't have to play Coliseum to play Gale of Darkness, but playing Coliseum would explain more about Gale of Darkness because you're catching other people's Pokemon. You're not catching wild Pokemon in either one of these games.
Oh, okay.
But you can only catch the Pokemon that are shadowed, like Lugia there, which is technically a corrupting of the heart. They're evil. They've been forced to be evil instead of just being animals, per se.
It's definitely my bedtime. It just hit. I was like,
Fair. Because technically Pokemon are not good nor evil. They're just animals.
Yeah.
They portray the trainer's, heart. Well, in these cases, these Pokemon are corrupted and become evil, and you've got to save them and purify their hearts and make them good again. Between Gale of Darkness and Coliseum, you were able to catch a lot of the Generation 2 Pokemon during the Generation 3 series, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire, Red, Leaf, Green, that you could not get by catching in the regular playthrough because they were either just not in any of those 5 main series games. Then you had to go to the side games to get those handful. So there was a way of completing the gap in the Pokedex. Yeah, we're yakking on about it because Hannah doesn't understand a lot of this stuff, hasn't played a lot of this stuff, so I'm teaching her as we go.
well, right.
We're also kind of getting excited too.
I was a PlayStation. I don't know. Was it
You're a
this
Genesis girl.
I mean,
Y'all had a Genesis you growing up, I thought you said.
we did until I was about 10. We didn't play the Genesis a ton, and then we got a PlayStation 2 when I was 10.
Okay, so yeah, this would have been kind of in parallel. The GameCube and the Genesis and the PlayStation 2 kind of were the rival systems.
Right, like I knew people who had a game. Like we didn't talk video games a lot at school because it just wasn't as big of a thing. But I know like people talking about GameCube, and especially when I got into high school, people were like, "Yeah, I remember this game." I was like, no.
And see, about this time, I bought
Wasn't
my
Twilight
GameCube.
Princess a GameCube game?
Yes, but it also carried over to it was a Wii jump as well.
Like
It was technically the Wii launch, but it was the death of the GameCube. The GameCube was such an underrated system, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there will say the same thing as me. It's a great system. It undersold, and looking back now, I wish it had sold way more.
I don't, because I think it pushed Nintendo to innovate. And truth be
I don't
told,
disagree with
there's this is completely off topic, but yes, Death Toast, yeah, we are continuing this. But I actually just read an article about somebody within Microsoft saying that they were moonlighting? Sunsetting. They were sunsetting
Oh, okay, sunsetting.
sunsetting the Xbox. that it's not officially announced by any means.
Oh, currently now. I thought you were talking about that back then.
No, but I'm saying is, but that's what happens when you have this console war, that there's no innovation, and that was the thing is between the three companies, right? PlayStation has just been able to kind of do what it does, and it's been fine. And a lot of that boils down to the first party games that they release are just so good on that type of system. Like it, and they're focused on super intense graphics, super hardcore adult things. Versus Nintendo kind of backed off and focused more on family things. Yeah. But because of that, families aren't necessarily gonna can't always afford as high, as pricey of a system. So they didn't need to go flex on the on all the graphics and all that stuff, you know? Then you have Xbox sitting trying to compete with PlayStation. So when Nintendo undersold, they innovated and made a niche for themselves. Versus Microsoft, they did it. Their niche kind of rolled back into PC, which is why they have to sunset the Xbox.
Fair. Real fast. I still have my GameCube as well, and I've got all my GameCube stuff. I never will let it go. That's gonna be a hard.
We need to break it out so I can actually experience the GameCube.
We get a place set up where I can set up the retro games consoles. GameCube is one of the first ones that's going to be set up. Yes. I mean, don't tempt me. I may put it on the TV out front. Now, having said that, yes, that's kind of how Sony. A whole conversation for a whole nother time. Yeah. How Sony worked their way out of the market and kind of pushed themselves out because Nintendo and Sony. Not Sony. Sega pushed their way out because Nintendo and Sony were doing the two ends of high-end adult gaming versus family-friendly gaming, and they both just dominated the market. What I've been doing recently is PvZ fan game. What is PvZ? I don't know what PvZ is.
PvP?
PvP, I'd understand. All right, let's carry on.
Sorry. I'm gonna fall asleep. Also, can I just say, I wish to be half as stylish as this guy.
I'd like to give you all some additional updates as we share the latest news on our games.
He looks like he's my age. If he didn't have gray hair, you'd think he was my age.
Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon Leaf Green version.
Plants vs. Zombies. Okay, I gotcha. Plants vs. Zombies was a fun game back in the day.
This one was not a new surprise. This one, did it leak or did they actually officially announce it? Or did they announce it because it leaked?
That's the theory, but nothing about this presents makes me think that. I think that they kind of put it out early. Plants vs. Zombies. Okay. I think that they kind of put it out early to build up hype and build up pre-orders. Now this part kind of bothers me.
Why did it say that?
Pokemon Home in the future.
Why does it bother you?
What bothers me about this is we can only go one way with Fire Red and Leaf Green. I kind of expected that, but I would like to go both ways. But then everything goes into Home and ZA. ZA should not be here because ZA and Scarlet and Violet don't technically go back and forth. They can only go back and forth with each other. Because once you go to ZA, you cannot go back from ZA to Scarlet, is what the announcement's already been told, or back to any older generation. ZA is the generation forward and on. Which kind of, I don't like the way they did this. That should have been separated out and explained a little better. Fan game is fusion game, content, new. Oh wow, that's a lot of new content then. All right, let's rock on with this one. I do like the fact that we see that Champions is going to feed out of Home.
Yeah. We had a discussion about this earlier tonight. We were trying to save it for stream. I have thoughts about.
We're gonna get into it when we get to the Champions.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, when we get to Champions, we get some conversation.
Next,
I like
we have some news about Pokemon Champions.
Again, I wish I was half as stylish as him. Like I want his gloves.
His gloves.
Okay.
Let's play through it and then we'll talk about it at the end.
Love her shoes.
I'm gonna tell you now. I predicted in my head the little girl was the one that was gonna win.
Okay, can I just say missed opportunity to have famous streamers as the judges? Like they always have them as the presenters at AFC and stuff.
Fair, but I don't think Nintendo wanted or Game Freak wanted to bring them in. Pokemon Company may not want to bring them.
Maybe, but that would have been fun.
It'd have been a great little kind of nod, though.
I think this is a really interesting way to market.
I love how they did this tournament like that for the kids. This part I really like too.
They're showing the kids on the Switch and they're showing the adults on their phones. Like, because you and I had this discussion.
Yes. about some kids being too young to have phones, which is fine. That's what makes it compatible to go back and forth. Although on the flip side here in the stadium, she's on the phone, he's on the Switch.
Yeah. Wolfie. BGC. Yes. Yes, please.
Yes. See, she's the champion.
This cracks me up. She comes home.
Yeah, this ending is
So
great.
next month.
Next
No,
month we're getting to the
April.
Switch.
April.
Yeah, April we're gonna. Well, technically, I guess we're only 2 days out from March. So
We did too.
Okay.
okay,
We had a lot of thoughts
what
on
is?
this.
Hang on, what's coming up? Okay, we'll let him talk on that. So
Again, I need to be half as stylish as him. Like it's just not like he's so distinct. This is one of the few people I recognize from the Pokemon Presents all the time because
see, I always think of Mr. Ishihara. I forget about Mr. I can never say his name right. So, anyways, so champions. From what we read, and I know I can't read Spanish, but I remember seeing it on the English one earlier. So Champions is going to hit Switch first in April, and then we're going to get mobile version later on in the year. Yes, it was a very good ending to Champions. I like that.
I have a thought on this.
So Hannah and I were talking about it earlier about the whole how do you get your Pokemon in, and we were talking about how I come from home. What we couldn't figure out and kind of had thoughts in our heads about is how are they going to monetize Champions, or is Champions going to be monetized at all?
Let's take a step back before we get there.
You're talking about the kids aspect.
No,
Oh,
actually,
okay.
look somewhere else. We already have a hard deadline that they're using champions at Worlds.
Yes.
We already have a hard deadline. So when
Pokemon
I was
Company's already
watching,
said that.
right? So when I was watching Wolf stream,
Maybe. That's a good idea. Go ahead. Keep going. We'll
it
talk
was
about that.
confirmed on stream. Battle Pass.
Oh, really? Was it?
Why don't you pull up another tab and see if we can look up Battle Pass real quick? Because I'm curious. Also, Raichu definitely doesn't win a champion match. Good morning. We are live here today to show Pokemon Presents 26 live stream and review.
Yes. That we were kind of sitting here and talking about it and enjoying it a little bit. Blocks. Thank you. Bloxy? Do we do Bloxy?
Anyway,
Yeah.
so we were
Thank you
talking
for joining us,
about
too, by the way.
how they have this hard deadline and that a lot of people who are competing would like at least one tournament before Worlds.
Yes.
I'm curious of how this is going to work. I think, one, they're delaying the mobile release. I wouldn't be surprised if mobile didn't launch until after Worlds.
I can see that being the case.
Because they can probably prevent cheating and stuff. Don't y'all recognize me?
Sorry, the name's not... Yeah.
Yes, are you under a new name?
YouTube has done some weird things with names, so if you had a different name on your YouTube account before, you'll have to just simply tell us,
Yes.
forgive me. It's just YouTube has thrown all the name scheme out of the window a few months ago,
Yeah.
and it's been crazy ever since.
I mean, I understand why they did it, because it kept people from, like, pretending to be somebody else. Anyway, so... Anyway, I think
So releasing the mobile afterwards to keep people
I
from cheating,
think
you
that's
think?
what they're... Yes, because they can run the first tournament with champions, and that might really be...
That's okay. That's understandable. Yeah, it's evening for us too.
My brain is having a hard time just like...
So you're trying to say that you think that they could manipulate the mobile version to kind of cheat in a way?
Well, yes and no. Imagine if their first test run of it is actually an online tournament. Because they'll do online events every now and then.
That's exactly what Champions is, though.
No. What I'm saying is,
That is early. But I appreciate you getting up and coming hang out with us.
oh, Russia. Wow. Other side of the planet.
Hmm?
Nice.
That's cool to see that we've got people all over the world, anywhere
Yeah.
in the world, actually hanging
Yeah.
out with us. Especially considering how small our little channel is. But we appreciate you guys coming hang out with us. Thank you.
Yes. So, what I'm saying is, most people have a consensus of the first time you run this, that you shouldn't do that at Worlds, right? Because there's so many factors that could go wrong.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. And,
So the only fair way to me to have a dress run, a dress rehearsal of what that's going to be like is that you can't use like NAIC, even though it's the last international championship before Worlds. You can't use NAIC because that's not fair to the people at NAIC compared to all the other international championships. right? We'll change regulations sometimes, but that just feels different to change the format that much. It's like, it's not quite the same as changing generations, but it's close.
Well, they're not changing generations, but they change formats regularly throughout the entire year on what Pokemon are available to be used, what Pokemon are restricted, and even coming up to Worlds, there can be certain regulations and restrictions. So I kind of get what you're saying, but my thought would be is yes, it would be smart to try champions at something like NAIC to give it a shot and field test it under a heavy load, and then go full on at Worlds.
Thank you.
But
I try to be funny. I don't know how funny I am, but I do try. Thanks for hanging. And don't worry about the English. We have a Spanish stream up apparently, and neither one of us are great at Spanish, so
And the languages are all over the place tonight. So if you have to translate it, that I understand. I know.
Jealous. I was up at 5 a.m. this morning to get to work. I did not get to go back to sleep.
I know YouTube gives you a chance to have it in different languages post fact, so if you have to catch it later and get it translated, I understand. Because I turned on the language transfer on mine. I let it roll with the channel in case somebody around the world did want to hear their language.
All right. So I think
Battle
that's
Pass.
first.
Battle Pass was a good idea. Was it Int? Did you just say
Where's
it?
Battle Pass?
No,
I saw that.
Yeah,
what is Battle Pass? Is it already established?
A Battle Pass is like
I know there's Battle Pass in Pokemon Go.
Well, okay. That's a way to look at it. Think of like Fortnite. You can play with everybody, but if you want to do the semi-story thing, you have to buy the Battle Pass for that season. Or if you want the extra costumes.
So do you think they're gonna? So they've
stuff.
already announced that they're gonna do a battle. Is it gonna be like, I wonder, like a once a year if you want to compete in that year's? That would also be interesting because it would keep people accountable. You could connect things a little easier too.
Battle passes are usually not necessarily for limiting your ability to play so much as it is more along the lines of giving you a chance to earn like specific skins, outfits, things like that, and things like Fortnite. I assume maybe that's the concept in Champions. We're just gonna have outfits maybe, because I wouldn't see why they would want to limit everybody from being able to battle
for items. Ooh.
Or items. Well, yeah.
But I mean, most competitive doesn't really use items, right? Well, like actual. My plane ticket to Tokyo is in nice.
I'm not gonna say I'm jealous of you, but I'm excited for you. But I would love to go myself. Tokyo is like the place that I want to visit once in my life. It's like the only place that I'm like, I might actually regret if I don't get a visit before I die.
Well,
that's the only place in the world that I have my heart set on that I'd love to visit. Now, if I don't pressure,
y'all. I have no pressure to make sure this man gets to Tokyo.
If I don't ever actually make it to Tokyo, I understand why, because it's not a cheap trip. But it's
from
like
where we're at in the world, it's like literally traveling to the other side of the planet.
Literally, we're in the States.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I ever got to go, it would be the only place in the world that I would ever tell you that, hey, I would really want to go as my one truly never get another chance to travel lifetime trip, if that makes sense. 2 months ago, I was in China. Nice. I've never been to China. Well, I've never been out of the States myself, but China doesn't fascinate me quite like it does to go to Japan. But that's because
Japan fascinates me because Nintendo, Mario, and Pokemon.
Video game and tech head. I don't know what to tell you. That's the tech capital of the world. That's where I'd love to go.
So, yeah, we have a Discord. Should be linked in the description.
Yeah.
Just swim across the ocean. Yes, Toast. With our fit bodies, we will.
Yeah, let me get right on that one.
So, I'm stuck here in the West. I live in America. Obviously, I've been to Mexico. Hey,
I've never been to Mexico. Yeah, the Grants Gaming Corner Discord. Yeah, it's up. Yes. There's a link on the channel. You're welcome to join it. It's open for everybody. If you have any problems, join and tell me, and we'll refix the link to be open again. But it's supposed to be a permanently open link.
So we have. Did you build it? You haven't built the Game Boy yet.
No, that I'm leaning towards a spring break kind of time frame. So probably coming up sometime in March, I'll probably take a couple of nights and build that.
Warp to Tokyo. All right. Anyway, so we have a lot of questions.
Let me jump on my pipe back there.
We've been talking about champions as far as like first with like competitive, when this is going to get implemented, what it's going to make it look like. Yes, where's the subscription model? Because there's probably going to be some sort of something, because this is not going to be cheap to maintain. And there's going to be a lot of high stakes of it has to be maintained well if we're talking about putting it on the big stage at probably one of their largest grossing events of the year besides game releases.
Probably. I know a few people who have been to Mexico for like cruises and things like that.
Yeah, we have not. But also we were talking about too, how this would work out for kids who maybe had, because you have to have the game, so you have to have a Switch to be able to use Champions. You do, but to have it accessible on your phone, I get. But what exactly is the functionality difference between the Switch and the phone? And how is that going to work out? Like, I could see children, because if they just have a phone, not a Switch, this isn't going to be a case for them. They're not going to have access to this. But if you're like a young kid who's competing in juniors and you just have a Switch, are your parents going to have to buy you a phone if you want to play competitively? And I would assume they're going to make it where they don't have to, because I feel like that opens up a whole other can of worms.
Maybe. Kind of, Toast. It's a twofold thing. Yes, it does replace Showdown in a way, because you can do test teams. But the other thing is, it finally gives Pokemon Company a way to unify the champion and the competitive aspect, so that you can kind of pull apart a little bit the gameplay, the actual storytelling, and the casual trading and battling versus the actual championships, the actual not champion, but the actual competitive tournaments. So it gives them a way to be able to pull those apart. If you want to join it, you're welcome to. Like I said, it should be an open Discord.
I also think it's going to be really cool too, because if you're training for competitive, I'm assuming there's going to be some feature in here where you can adjust what regulation you're playing under. So when they want to change regulation, people will much more easily be able to practice within that regulation and check their teams, because that was something that got really intimidating to me when I was looking at what does competitive Pokemon look like, because I was very fascinated. I fell down the Wolf Click rabbit hole of all the theories and stuff. Grant would come home and I'd watch like a 3-hour video.
She's over here building a on paper competitive team. Not even started hunting for the Pokemon yet.
Haven't even completed Scarlet yet.
No.
Am I on Violet? Am I on Scarlet?
You're on Violet.
I'm on Violet. Okay. Definitely haven't completed Scarlet then. I'm in Violet, but yeah. So, but so fascinated. I'm very fascinated by it. So I feel like I'm a person who Champions could be interesting for.
Yeah, I see this replacing Showdown for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bloxy. Appreciate you coming to join us. We've got all kinds of stuff on there. We joke about all kinds of stuff there. That's our day-to-day talk. All right, let's get back to this before we really are here for 2 hours.
Next up is news about the Mega Dimension DLC for the Pokemon Legends ZA game, the newest title in the Pokemon series.
I was kind of surprised.
Please take a look at this video.
I was kind of surprised about this. I didn't expect to get more for ZA at this point as far as anything extra, but then I realized that it wasn't extra content. It was just another Pokemon being released. Oh, Bloxy, did you see the Pokemon pizza?
Yeah, if you look in the Discord under Grant's Cooking Corner, we made some Pokemon food.
We'll have to check it out in just a little bit, Toast.
I can't eat any more peeps.
I'm good on peeps at the moment too. We'll save the rest of them for later.
We did good. We almost saved them.
Almost. They're good. They're fresh. They're really fresh.
Yeah, I just bought them today.
Yeah, but sometimes you get peeps that are just not like fresh.
Spoiler: he was already data mined. Oh, the new Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, I had heard about it already being data mined. So I mean, but it makes sense that it's just a Pokemon that they're announcing here, not a full-on extended DLC. I thought we were getting more DLC, honestly, at first. So, for the Pokemon Company to just kind of keep adding in Megas every now and again, I get that. That makes sense. I mean, he looks cool. I like the fact that he glides all the time, too.
Now, is he paid?
No, I don't think so. I say that because all you had to do... Well, yes. Technically, I take that back. Yes, he is part of the paid DLC.
But if you already have the DLC, you get this.
Yes, because it's a mystery gift but then you can't complete the task to get the Garchompite Z until you finish a certain task in the Mega Dimension DLC. So you do have to buy the DLC to get the Mega
Also, can I
Garchompite.
just say I got spoiled for Legends Arceus and I thought it was fake.
For Legends
Mega
Arceus
evolution of
back in
Garchomp.
the day.
Mega
Is it
Garchomp
lagging?
has been discovered.
Is it audio lagging, or is it just the whole thing's lagging?
This mystery
Our stream
gift
is saying
become
excellent.
available for the Pokemon
Yeah, I've got a pretty good
Legends
connection over
ZA
here still.
Yeah, it might be on your end.
DLC
You might need to
after this
refresh.
presentation concludes. After claiming this gift,
So I did go ahead and get my mystery gift. I have it on my Switch, but I have not started the task
Mega
yet.
Garchomp Z. You can
But apparently you have to
obtain
complete
the
at least-
Garchomp Z Stone by winning a battle against Mega Garchomp Z in the special pocket of hyperspace.
But you have to complete at least one.
Next up, we have some news
Task.
about Pokemon.
Okay, now
Poké.
this one
This,
I have thoughts.
I wish they had shown this in the treehouse. I understand why they didn't, but I'm like, this made it significantly more interesting.
This I have thoughts. So this comes out next Thursday. So we got a little less than a week. Like, can we just agree some of them are weird? Like the Sneasler that looks fake. Oh yeah, I mean some of those Mega Pokemon look weird. I'll agree with you on that for sure, but they're good for competitive. That is some awesome music. That is a throwback. That is a nostalgia hit right there. Hit me right in the feels.
Is that curious looking stereo a Rotom? Did it get enticed by the music and hop inside? It's really energetic and seems to go by DJ Rotom. What happens if you give it a CD
Oh,
in
that's
the
your
game?
my attention.
It can help liven up the town with a variety of music. Ditto and the others are grooving to the beat too. Let's listen to DJ
Sorry, I can't help
Rotom's
myself.
specially selected track
Classic music
while
gets
I
me.
introduce you to the world of
I knew it
Pokemon
wasn't going to be over in
Pokopia.
an hour.
Okay, fair.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Ditto first encounters
don't think we have that much
Professor
longer.
Tangrowth in a wasteland
Okay.
that was
Yeah, we don't
once
have
a
that much
town.
longer. We're getting there.
I'm enjoying this, but
It seems like Ditto
I'm
is
normally
working
asleep an
alongside
hour.
other Pokemon to develop
Fair.
the town.
yeah.
Well, we've gotten off on quite a few tangents, I think. More than I anticipated, honestly.
Of course, you can't give your all on an empty
So-
stomach.
While this is going
It
through,
looks like
we'll kind
Riolu
of get
wants
into
something
it.
to eat too,
I want to be excited for this game.
but
Part of
how
me
do you feel?
is, but I don't think I'm going to play it. And I told Hannah the other night that I don't think I'm going to play this.
This part interested me.
I mean, this part it does make it a little bit more acceptable.
What again?
Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cough on the stream.
Poketopia, Pokepedia, Pokepia, or how did they say
You called it Poketopia. It's
Poketopia.
Pokopia.
Pokopia. Yeah, okay. Look, I'm horrible with names. Forgive me.
Like,
Um,
this looks really cute.
A Greedent appeared.
Some guys seen
It
Poke.
sounds like
I thought it was a
everyone calls it
genius
Chef
Pokemon
Dente.
collaboration with MC.
Chef
Minecraft.
Dente.
Okay, oh Minecraft, gotcha.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's like if
It is,
Pokemon and
in a
Animal
way.
Crossing crossed over with.
Each Pokemon
Sorry, if
has
Minecraft and
different
Animal
food
Crossing
and
crossed over with Pokemon, it would be this game.
Well, there are some Animal Crossing aspects in
Some
there.
dishes will
I was
even
saying,
throw
there's
in
definitely
new
some
food you
Minecraft
eat.
and some.
Oh yeah,
This will make it even easier to develop
and
the
see,
town.
the food stuff makes it easier to develop. I get that.
Try bringing Pokemon you
My problem
befriended
is-
on an outing.
I fall off of.
multiplayer mode, you
I
can
don't
visit
play
other players' towns.
Animal Crossing all the time.
You
I
can
did when it
visit
first came
three
out,
other
and it was
people.
great, but I eventually fell off.
Let's play some
Same thing with my Stardew Valley.
wonder
I
if
just kind of
that
taper
will
off.
I love Stardew.
Well,
We need
And
to
the
have a whole
Stardew Valley
Stardew Valley
moment.
conversation because Stardew Valley's
So
10-year
we're here
anniversary was
too.
yesterday.
That's a whole
Like,
nother
what a
stream.
week this has been.
That's
You
a,
have Pokemon
Yeah.
Go, Pokemon, and Stardew Valley all having an anniversary this week.
You can transform into
Uh,
objects too.
Pixelmon.
That was a
The
fun game.
I mean,
Hide and seek.
yeah, I can kind of see where you're getting at with that one, Toast. But I don't
This is
think.
interesting too.
You can
I do like
even
seeing the
build
big Ditto.
something
This is pretty cool.
big.
But I don't think I'm gonna play this. And the reason being is because I've got so much going on to play now. I feel like
Together, you can.
I wouldn't keep up with it. I would probably play it for a few weeks and then I would fall off because it is a bit of a. You got to play it day by day. You can't play
I
everything all in
could
one
see-
day.
I could see my students being obsessed with this though, because a lot of them like Minecraft,
That's
and a
fair.
lot of them love Pokemon. Like the Pokemon trading cards are like the black market of the school. It's hilarious.
That's always been, even back when we were
Uh-huh.
kids.
But it's like I've seen it have a revival, like because it was not necessarily like that when I first started, and it's really gotten very.
We were the ones that started that black market. The kids
I
are just
know.
bringing it back nowadays.
They did it right at school.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play this one. I think I'm gonna skip the Pokopia, honestly. As much as I want to, and it's not
Pokopia,
bad.
not Pokopia.
Pokopia.
Pokemon Pokopia releases next week
Pokopia,
on
see?
Thursday, March 5th.
Okay,
You enjoy
Pokopia.
working with Pokemon
I think I'm gonna skip it,
from the
honestly.
ground up.
No, I'm not a Minecraft kind of person.
Can I?
Good night now. Thank you for dropping by.
We covered all of the information you see here.
Okay. Now we're starting to get into the good stuff.
We'd like to end our presentation today with one final video.
Was it on? No, I haven't yawned yet.
Thank
No,
you for
it's
tuning
me.
in.
Oh. Yeah,
I've
yawned.
been yawning like nonstop back here.
No, my adrenaline's up. I'm excited right now.
No,
This is
I've
serious
had a
for me.
long week at work. I'm like drained. I thought we were getting some concierge here.
So we have to watch.
I've been watching the rest of it. You're gonna smile for that. You wouldn't smile for the picture. This is so fun.
That's gravy. Leave gravy alone. Okay, this texture is amazing on Pikachu.
Yeah, I was surprised.
This is cute. Okay, so there's the male and female kind of thing I was telling you I was going to come back later on the stream.
But is that Alolan?
What?
Alolan?
No, they just look like they're on vacation, honestly.
I wonder if we're taking the Pokemon concierge idea and blowing it out into a game.
Not quite. Okay, this water texture
I'm saying
looks
this world is
amazing
very
to me.
similar to the world in Pokemon concierge.
I mean, I can get what you're saying with that one, but I don't want to talk about spoilers or rumors that I've heard, but it's not quite where this is going. No,
Okay. Do we know what part of the world they're inspired by?
No. they didn't say yet.
This to me is definitely giving me like Polynesia, Hawaii kind of vibes.
Well, I won't do Hawaii because Alola was based in Hawaii, Gen 7,
Okay.
so they're not going to do a repeat.
Right.
I wouldn't
makes
believe
sense.
they would, anyways.
Right.
Love that water texture and that underwater
I
look.
wonder if this is like maybe in the Philippines?
Flashachu, Flashachu. Haha, Pokemon starter butts revealed.
I already called dibs on my starter.
Yeah, she did. Rot?
Bonbon! Oh,
And
also Bug Month.
Geeka?
It's Bug Month.
Okay. Now, right here, that dark shadow over the mountain over there, that looks like a Gyarados to me for some reason.
Yes, it is.
Very much looks like a Gyarados.
This I thought was amazing.
This looks really good.
This is the first time I've been able to go on water with this, right?
No, we had diving in Generation 3, but this is the first time we've had anything look this good in Pokemon.
So this is only the second time you've done
Wind,
Viento and
waves.
Hola.
Pokemon Wind and Waves. Stars look like beta
Viento
designs.
and-
Kinda, yeah. I mean, they're cute, though. They really are cute to me. Already edited the Fire Dog as today, as Toby.
Fox.
Nice.
Okay. I had a lot of
Okay.
thoughts. When I saw this, I was
So
like,
let's back up a little bit. Let's put it on the starters here. That's a good spot to stop and talk about them. Right there. Okay, we'll
He
stop
does
right
look
there.
like Angry Birds.
So the leaks were, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the leaks were true. Wind and Waves is the two Pokemon games coming out, and I just heard a few days ago about the leaks about these three being a grass bird, a fire dog, and a water lizard. And a lot of people I've already seen saying things about the grass bird being relative to Rowlet from Gen 7, and the water lizard being relative to Sobble from Gen 8. The
Gyarados can
Oh,
fly.
Gyarados can fly.
Sorry.
Technically, I mean, it was flying in Arceus, yeah. And it is water flying type, technically. So, I called the little bird a very emo grass bird already. That's okay. Not just spell it right. I know what you mean. It threw me off with the other spelling, which is fine. Hannah read it faster, not good. So, do you want to say which one you picked?
Not everyone is a nerd. I'm picking
That's
the
fair.
blue gecko. Int is picking blue gecko. I mean, okay, chat. Who do we think Hannah picked? Who do we think? Grant asked me if I had watched the direct. I was like, no, I was teaching. I was like, I'll watch when I get a chance. And the next text he gets is, hey, I'm calling so and so. I'm calling so and so for my starter. You can have one of the other two.
That's fair. The bird does kind of look like the Duolingo bird, doesn't it?
If Duolingo and Angry Birds had a baby, it'd be that bird.
Yeah, I can see that.
The dog.
They know you too well.
The dog, okay, according to IGN, the dog is the only one you can pick anyway, because it's the best one.
Okay, normally I like the fire type starter, and I like this one too. Normally I pick the fire type starter, I should say. Hannah is calling dibs on the fire dog already, so I guess I'm stuck with the emo bird, because as much as I like the water, gecko, I don't know, it's something about it's just not doing it for me as much as the emo bird.
Yeah.
Hannah
See, I
has called me
thought the
emo
bird-
several times, so
I thought the bird was my least favorite, but looking at it again, I would agree with you. Like, gecko is tier 3. Bird is 2.
unfortunately.
Pombon is clearly number 1.
And I can see that
My
being a real
Pombon
consensus.
and my Dosh button. Like, hello.
That's fair.
I have a brand.
That is fair. I'm sorry, the water lizards probably looks cool as an end of. Well, that's the thing.
Maybe.
The final evolutions will always be a factor once we see them. If the Pokemon Company shows us the final evolutions, they could do like they did last generation and not show us the final evolutions until after the games are out, because of the fact they only showed us the starting stage, the early stage 1 and stage 2 forms. They didn't show us the stage 3 form until the game was released. Yeah, it's going to be a water poison.
Is that according to the league?
Ooh, I can believe that. I could see that being the case.
Is that cope? Yes, I'm water based.
The one I'm curious about is the bird. I really am. Is it going to be grass flying, or is it going to be grass something else? Because Rowlet was grass ghost in the end. But what is this one going to turn out being? And even that for the fire starter. What did you say? Pombon? However we say that. Is it going to get a secondary typing? And what is it going to be? Is it going to be fire ground, maybe? For the fact that the dog likes to dig? Just trying to toss stuff out there. But that secondary typing and seeing their final evolutions will definitely help make a decision on which one I really like overall.
Yeah.
But
When
they're
can
all
we-
three cute,
When
honestly.
can we start buying plushies of them? That's what I need to know.
Probably not until 2027, considering the game doesn't come out for 2027. Which I want to say something about that. Ooh, grass steel. That'd be interesting. Grass fighting,
Okay.
firefighting, and
If
what?
you're
No,
wolf
please
flick-
don't do that to us.
If you're wolf flick, it's gonna be.
No more firefighting at all.
If you're wolf flick, it's gonna be firebug for the dog.
But I don't even. The two don't even. Dog and a bug don't even. I don't. Unless it gets a really big flea on its back.
It becomes flea infested and becomes one with the flea.
Maybe that'd be the
So,
only way I
yeah.
could see that happening.
Well, let's talk about the release date because
So
it's
the release
coming
date,
out.
yes.
I mean, basically, they might even be pushing this to November of 27, which would be
I'm fine with that.
it'd be a full 5 years of its
Yes. Which was one of my two main points. One is yes, that means it's going to be a 5-year development cycle for Pokemon. Thank you for Pokemon Company Game Freak for finally listening and slowing down on these development cycles. We do not need a main series Pokemon game every single year. We don't. We can space it out a little bit. And I can say that wholeheartedly because I come up from the generation with Generation 1 where we didn't get a brand new Pokemon game every single year. Between Generation 1 and Generation 2, it was about 2 or 3 years, between between Red and Blue and Gold and Silver.
Right, but
So,
5 years is a big difference. When we're talking about 5 years, we're talking about 1, maybe 2 games coming out in the lifespan of a console.
well, that's normal for most common games. If you think about it, Mario, Zelda, they
Yeah.
usually only get 1 per console, maybe 2 if it's like at launch and in sometimes, which is fine. But that also gives some breathing room for several other things. One, it gives remake room. So there's breathing room in there to throw a remake in there of whatever generation they're on. In this case, it should be Generation 5 right now. Or these Legends games, which have been tying up a little bit of side room.
Yeah.
But it also gives them a development cycle time to really put some heart and love into these games. Because if you look just from this scene right now, if this is out of game, those trees are not one PNG copy and pasted. They're not. They're different trees, which is what we've complained about back when we had Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm loving about this longer cycle is now I feel like I have time to finish a game. I am normally so innate on my Pokemon games to hurry up and get them finished because I know that there's another game coming out 6 months to a year down the road. And I got to get done with this one so I can move on to my next one.
Zelda had multiple games on each console except for SNES, which only had 1. Yeah.
But again, they're usually spread out with a very big development cycle, or they're on the beginning end and the end of any console.
Beginning, end, and end.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think too, there's a lot of implications with this regarding competitive play as well.
Maybe.
That we're not switching, like you could have longer times in formats competitively.
That's fair.
I think also, I mean, the not, I don't know, it's good and not good part of this we have to talk about too is the opportunity for more DLC.
Maybe. Which is fine. I'm okay with that as long as the DLC is worth it and good and worth the money that I'm paying for it. I don't have a problem expanding on a game that it's worth it when we get, an expansion that's worth having. It's a good idea, actually. What's which one? I'll give you guys a fine example of what I was talking about as far as the time goes, though, while giving Diddley a chance to type. I have been so...
Salamander could be water. Oh, rock, paper, scissors.
Water Rock. That's actually not bad. I kind of like that one. That's a good idea. That would be a different typing, too, because we've never had anything to do with a rock type, secondary typing or anything like that for a starter. I've been almost anxious to finish Legends ZA, my personal playthrough, and I kind of wanted to get the DLC finished before the Presents today. I failed at that. I'm not done with it yet because I knew that Fire Red and Leaf Green were coming out, and I knew they were going to be announcing a new Pokemon. It was hard pressed to believe that they weren't going to announce it today. Naturally, we got it, but instead of getting a 26 release date for Gen 10, I now have a 27 release date for Gen 10, which means now I can finish up ZA with a little bit more leisure and breathing and not be so, I gotta finish it, I gotta get ready, I gotta move on to the next game, because I don't want to be constantly trying to play catch up on these games.
Doesn't it also mean that for competitive play we at least have after this season one more season in Scarlet and Violet? For sure.
No, because Champions is fixing to take over.
But I'm saying, like, before we start adding in Gen 10 as far as like in the playable format, we're probably going to have one more competitive cycle with the Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet.
Okay, you talking
And
about
not
the
adding-
Pokemon, the current Pokemon, the 1025. Yes, we've got at least one more complete a year, competitive year per se, of the 10,005. Sorry, the 1025. That's fine. That's understandable. But I think where it's going to change with Champions is Champions looks to be bringing back all of the old format mechanics. Mega Evolution, which of course we got out of ZA, which is the reason why I think ZA is the longest to put all those out there for everybody to have.
They haven't specified though. That's where it's going to get interesting. Is yes, you can play all of those formats, but they haven't specified we're going to use those formats in our regulation yet.
they're gonna. I would be hard pressed to believe they wouldn't allow you to pick which one you're going to use,
Right.
and maybe only allow you to use one gimmick. During your play, so like you can only choose to either use Z crystals, you can only choose to use Megas, you can only choose to use Dynamax or Gigantamax as your particular choice of not gimmick. I don't
I
want to say
think
gimmick.
that's but
Extra for your battle.
competitively that creates so many different. Like I don't know that that's very easily for the other competitor to try and plan for and stuff. I think they're gonna have where you could battle with all those things. But when you say you're playing a tournament, you're only going to be able to play with certain regulation in that tournament. I think they're still going to keep that locked down, at least for a little bit. They're going to have to slowly kind of figure out what.
Okay, wait. Let me backtrack on what you're saying. Let me make sure I understand this. So you're saying not only that they're going to use regulations to restrict which Pokemon can be used, but they're going to restrict which mechanic can be used. Is that what you're saying? So we're going to say, okay,
I think so.
for championships for worlds, they're only going to be able to use what is Gen 9's Terastallizing. Thank you. My brain
Terastallization.
gone. I'm stuck on Mega Evolutions right now.
Well,
which I think Mega is probably what's going to take over dominant.
At least for that last cycle, I think they're going to just be. I mean, I could be wrong, but just in my mind, what would make the most sense is we're technically still under the same rule set because we've already competed most of the season under this rule set. I mean, I know they sometimes change up the regulation.
Yeah,
right before Worlds because they did that.
Months, give or take.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna need to make sure that all of that is working right. I think Champions is about opening up where you could battle any way you want to, but they're gonna still have their regulation of this is what we actually compete with. Because if people, I mean, it'd be very, very hard to balance a game that has so many gimmicks like that going on at once as far as competitive play and making it fair and not, and balancing all the Pokemon out for that. I think it would be too much to have a fair competitive play versus it's kind of like with Mario Kart. There's kind of a standard of Mario Kart rules that people play with. And usually it's paring down some of the items, it's paring down some of the things that are going on. But then if you're just playing for fun at your house, you throw everything in the kitchen sink at it, and it's way more fun.
Sometimes. Personally, I think all the speed items are the fun ones for that one.
But
that's another story.
You understand what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Maybe. I mean, I guess we'll just have to simply see what they plan on doing with it. And yes, I am planning on playing Fire Red on the channel. It's the next Pokemon game after we finish ZA, and we're not going to do the DLC on the channel. I think we're going to hold off on it. And we'll roll right into Fire Red, which probably will be in the next couple of weeks. It probably won't be long, because we're pretty close to finishing up ZA, honestly. Yes.
I'm fading.
Oh, I thought that was a comment that you had.
No, I'm having a hard time staying awake.
Fair enough. We're going to wrap up here. We're pretty much done at this point. I think we're just kind of rambling on our last couple of little bit of thoughts here.
I feel like we could have a whole podcast just talking about all this.
We really could, and that's kind of what this was about a little bit, but there's just so much more that we could talk about between here and there.
I think we're gonna have to
speaking of it's that pricing, it's a whole nother conversation in itself for Fire Red and Leaf Green, but I guess I accept it because I paid for it, so what do you know? Leaf Green for the win. Fair, but everybody said play Fire Red on the channel the other night, so I already got it all set up to play Fire Red. I even got a thumbnail already made and ready to go for it. But I do have both. I did buy both. I will probably play Leaf Green as my personal playthrough and Fire Red on the channel. Will more than likely be how I do it.
I don't know. I feel like they still need to have like a whole direct on just champions because there's so many questions.
They will.
And maybe some of it's on the website because I haven't gotten a look at the website. I don't know if you have.
I don't know what to do.
So I'd be curious to see how much, because it definitely seems like there's been some more information released on the website.
I would be hard pressed to believe that they would not do another Presents for Champions before Champions comes out. We'll probably get one. My estimation and my guess would be we'll probably get a Presents sometime early April talking about Champions. And then say, okay, it's coming out like the third week of April. It's coming out the end of April. That would be my guess as to how it's going to play out.
Our household is going to be wrecked in April. I'm coming back off of spring break.
Mm-hmm.
Right after I come back from spring break and you go back to work after your week off, Tamagotchi Life and Champions are releasing in the same month. And it's your birthday month.
But we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
I'm saying is it's gonna
But the
be.
channel birthday is coming up in May.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like everything is, and we're gonna be all too busy to be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, it's. I don't feel like Champions is gonna take over my time quite like something like Tamagotchi is yours, because that's a little bit more of a you can kind of play every day, kind of like Animal Crossing. Although, in all fairness, I could be wrong, because once Champions hits the mobile, there's a real chance I may be playing Champions every day, just getting on and playing random
But
tournaments.
imagine the day Champions launches, depending on how they set it up, you could get on stream and say, "Hey, we're gonna battle tonight," which is not something that
Theoretically. Mhm.
that's not something we've been able to do thus far.
That's a fair point. We could do tournaments.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
had not put train of thought to that yet. You got a good point. We could do some tournaments here on the channel.
That's what I'm saying is like April's gonna be busy.
Mm.
I'm very curious, and I bet you too. There's gonna be a lot of people try, especially if people are trying to play competitively.
Mhm.
They're gonna want to get as much gameplay on Champions as they could possibly do.
Who's down for a Grant's Gaming Corner
We need to
Pokemon
see.
Champions?
We need to see what. I'm assuming you don't have to share
Mm.
print codes or anything if they're doing marketing this the way they did.
It's probably be like the one-time kind of codes.
Yeah.
We can battle with each other, and then I wouldn't imagine it'd be you got to
Like to
be
create a tournament, you
hardcore
could-
friends with each other kind of thing.
I am really curious too because kind of I had heard something about like maybe it would kind of teach you a little bit about Pokemon battling.
I'm sure there'll be a certain amount of tutorial and understanding in it. Yeah,
Because
because that's what it's cored around.
I would really like to try that because
Yeah.
I get really into the Pokemon battles, like the video game stuff.
You do.
I get really into it, but I don't necessarily have time to go in and build a team.
Hannah sees it like chess, and she's not wrong. There's that much detail to it, but that's kind of how she's looking at it.
I see it as grand strategy. There is a game.
Oh, it's there. Yeah.
There's a game called Crusader Kings. I played the second one and the third one, and it's a grand strategy game based in medieval times. And you're managing like this kingdom, but it's also like, hey, who's your family gonna marry? Here's this war. Here's the resources. Here, so there's like all these different things that are all interconnected at once, and I definitely feel like competitive Pokemon is like that too. It's you're trying to maintain your Pokemon, but you're also strategy of who did they pick? What is their move gonna be? It's very
Well, it's numbers versus human reaction. And
Well,
you're
they
kind
don't
of
even-
guessing at a little bit of both. Your
Right.
numbers you can control to an extent, but you really have to guess at what the other
But there's
person's
still a
gonna
certain
do.
amount of-
You gotta read them. You really do.
But even within the numbers, there's still a certain amount of randomization of success rate.
Yeah, I mean, get what you're trying to say, but no. And I say that wholeheartedly because I can build a Pokemon exactly by the numbers, the same as somebody else, and every stat for stat is exactly the same, and they come out exactly the same numbers as far
Yes.
as their attacks, their defense, their HP,
Yes,
all that.
that's not what I'm talking about.
But then where you add the element that's the more of the random is my strategy to choose which of the four moves I choose to play at what time versus which of your four moves you choose to play at the same time.
Right.
Plus the rock paper scissors aspects, the Rochambeau aspect of type matchups and move type matchups. Things
I'm
like
talking
that.
about there's certain moves that they don't have 100% success rate. So on top of that, you could say if this works, the strategy works, but you still have the dice roll of is this going to even work? That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, you're talking about some of the randomization. Well, that's why you don't see a lot of randomized attacks being used in competitive.
But there's
Things
definitely
that
some
have that
because there was
adverse
definitely with the
effect.
Calyrex that the Calyrex was having with like
The freeze. Okay, yeah, the
Yeah.
freeze was just a secondary effect. They're not relying on that being the that's the reason why nobody hardly uses sleep moves. Is because you can't guarantee how long they're going to be asleep for. If they do use them, they've got a very, very good strategy behind them.
unless you're.
I think that question's for you.
Yes, I did not play Seven Kingdoms. I want to look
Me
at
neither.
Seven Kingdoms because I don't know that game.
All right. I think we're going to call it right here because if we keep carrying on, we really will carry on to a 2-hour stream. And I was not planning on it. We was planning on being done half an hour ago, honestly. But there's been a lot more to talk about than I think we anticipated, and a lot more conversation that we had to have. Thank you all for coming to hang out. I really enjoyed this. Hannah, is there anything specific that you want to say or throw out there before we call it a night? Anything else you want to last minute thought?
Pokemon.
Okay.
Wolf Glick.
Can
I tell this? Wolf
Okay.
Glick,
Go ahead.
his Incineroar is Firebug. So the whole month of February, he's been doing a series of Bug Month. There's Bug Month merch. I kind of want to go order some Bug Month merch now. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I was watching this stream and I kept hearing Bug Month. So I made Grant watch it.
She is obsessed with her Bug Month. Okay, so before we completely...
Aren't you glad I'm getting into the Pokemon?
I am. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Before we completely bail out and call it a night, what I'm trying to find that I want to find that poster again.
Yes.
One of a kind.
What would you say
trainers around
is...
the world can come together and celebrate.
Hang on a
their
second.
Pokemon
Let me-
XP event. Of
Let me
course,
find it. I want the poster. There it goes.
championships.
Okay, let's stop it there. We'll end on the poster because it's just a really cool poster to show. What would you say the presents? What would you give it a rating? A through F.
I mean, I'm not a huge I am not a long-standing Pokemon fan. So from what I can gather, I think I would give it an A minus, and the biggest reason is I feel like they shouldn't have leaked Fire Red Leaf Green. That if they had let it be and actually let it drop, it would have made the hype that much higher. And then when you come in, you announce Fire Red Leaf Green, and then you announce the GameCube game, and then you follow up with Gen 10, it would have just been like bam, bam, bam.
Okay, fair. And see, I don't see Fire Red and Leaf Green as a leak so much as a strategized pre-sale as to, okay, we're going to release this 1 week early so that way we can see what the downloads are and the pre-downloads are. And then, and I say it that way because had they dropped Fire Red and Leaf Green today as a shadow drop and told nobody, I think the servers would have been overloaded. I really think we would have crashed the servers. Too many people would have been trying to buy it.
But again, you want that. I would want that level of hype for my product.
Well, they still got that level of hype because you think about it, we had a week to buy it. Some people just didn't buy it like right that minute, and it kind of gave the servers a chance to kind of spread out and breathe a little bit.
Sidley says they hope they update the starter designs.
I can see what you're getting at with the grass one because it does look kind of basic and plain. But it's kind of cute like that, though. I think it's kind of like...
I'm going to say this, too. We saw both the Pikachus with accessories. I'm curious if all the Pokemon from this gen, like the starter and like the new Pokemon, are going to be a little more plain so that you could accessorize them more.
Maybe. That may be the thing. We maybe give costume styles for everything.
Well, think about this, too, because people
Clothing
give their...
for our Pokemon.
Well, but people give their Pokemon items all the time. What if the items start becoming invisible?
Well, that could be...
That would be very interesting.
So I think I would probably give it a solid B, and probably for very similar reasons that you're thinking, just on a broader scale. Had we not had the Giga Leak and people knowing so much about what was coming out, the names of the games, and all that we've found out so far, I think I would have probably been more hype. As far as an overall direct, I enjoyed it. It had a lot of good things in it. They did a very good job with presenting it. Pacing was good. I wish that we had a little bit more time with the Gen 10 and they'd had a little bit more gameplay show off, but I get it. We're still over a year out from it, so I can kind of see why they held off.
I think by the time you hit NAIC in June, you're going to see more. It's not cute, bro. It's cursed.
I think it's cute, but I had an emo... Hannah and I both had our emo phases when we were younger, so I can see the love in the emo.
So but
good.
I think you're gonna see more Gen 10 footage at NAIC and for sure at Worlds.
For sure at Worlds, yeah, I don't doubt that, but I don't think we're gonna get it in
I told you they were gonna have gameplay at NAIC for... I told you they were gonna possibly have the Switch. Was it? No, it wasn't Switch 2. It was for the Legends ZA.
Yeah, but they didn't have ZA.
They did.
No, I thought they...
At NAIC
they had Paldea.
Right? I'm pretty sure they had ZA.
I don't think so, because I would have stopped and played that. Because I seen the Paldea, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet stuff, and I was like, okay, why would I want to play that just for a poster? Because I think that's all they were giving you was a poster for playing.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm
ZA,
sure.
Yeah, to get an early chance at ZA, I would have stopped for.
I bet you, though, they might do...
Mid.
They could... I don't know if they would. They maybe would do Champions this year.
That I could see being a possibility, showing off Champions, because of the fact they want to try to get hype around it for tournament. So
Well, right. And people there would be playing with it, but they would need to be playing it at Worlds.
Yeah, that would be a good place to kind of start. All right, before we get too deep into theories, again, we're going to call it right there. We're going to get Hannah in the bed because she needs some rest. Thank you all for coming to hang out with us. Apparently this run a little longer than we anticipated, but still, we appreciate you guys enjoying
hour and a
it.
half. We're right at an hour and a half.
Okay, I was aiming for an hour. She got her hour and a half. But thank y'all. Appreciate y'all coming and sharing your thoughts with us and letting us share our thoughts with y'all. I enjoyed watching the present with you guys. Sounds like Hannah did too. I'm sure I guarantee there's way more conversations we're going to have as we continue to go, because there's plenty of more stuff to start talking about, plenty of stuff we're going to be playing as we go. A lot of new games that's probably going to hit the channel over the next year and a half or so until, Waves and Wind get here. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother discussion. We'll talk about that later, about which version we're going to be playing and what we're going to be getting. That's about all I've got. Hannah, you got any last minute? Nope.
No.
Good night, Hannah. Get you some rest.
Yeah.
Night, Hannah. So thank you all. Love you all. I'll see you guys back here on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Get some rest. And as always, be good and God bless. Yeah, I understand.